Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, when is a box more than just a box? Stay tuned. So I know a lot of you have been going out to Instagram and checking out the hashtag Posh Paper Lady Inspired projects, and I am sure, like me, you are blown away with the talent. Every day, new uploads, every day, awesome creations. So if you are making projects that are Posh Paper Lady inspired, head on over to Instagram, tag your project, hashtag Posh Paper Lady Inspired, so that everyone can see the goodness that you two are doing. So before we get started, just a quick little note. You might hear my air conditioner in the background. I hope you don't, but it is sweltering here today. The humidity is through the roof, the heat index crazy hot. So I have my air conditioner running. Hopefully that's not a distraction, but I think that today's cute little project is going to transport us away from all of that. So I am going to bring in this box, and I'll tell you what it is. It's my alternative to a Zoom birthday celebration. Zoom is great, Skype is great, but when you send birthday greetings in a box like this and you fill it with all of the goodies that we're going to put in this one, it really is a day brightener. And I love to make birthdays special for people that I care about. And that's exactly what I'm about to do with this box. I'm actually making it to celebrate a birthday, so I thought I would bring you along on the process so that if you decide you want to make boxes like this and fill them in a way similar to the way that I'm going to fill this one, you can. And I'm not going to show you guys the inside of this one. We're going to make this together, and then we'll finish it off together so that you can see exactly how this came to be, and I think you're going to be surprised. So, have you seen this paper for sale online? I'll bet you haven't. You know why? Because I made it using Dollar Tree items. So yes, I used items from the Dollar Tree to design and make my own custom lid for this box, and I'm going to show you what I used. So this is just a roll of Dollar Tree wrapping paper. By itself, it's pretty flimsy, but when you take this wrapping paper and you add this poster board paper to it that you can get from the Dollar Tree, you end up with something spectacular. And what I have here is a very sturdy lid, and I actually added a little pocket here that will make more sense to you guys later. But this is extremely sturdy, and by using wrapping paper, whether it's Dollar Tree or Target, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, wherever you get the paper from, when you use this process, you've created something truly custom, truly one of a kind. And when your gift shows up, no matter whatever else they've received, it will not look like yours. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to use another roll of Dollar Tree wrapping paper to make our own craft paper so that we can make another lid. And so the first thing that I'll be doing is I'm going to lay this out just like this, and I'll flip it over in just a minute. And then I have an 11 by 14 piece of the poster board from the Dollar Tree. I ran this through my Xyron, and my Xyron Creatopia. So what my Creatopia will do is it will take anything up to 12 inches wide and lay down an adhesive backing on it. And because this is only 11 inches, I was able to cover the whole thing in sticker adhesive. Now, if you don't have this, you can take the time to put tape all over the back. You could actually take it outdoors and spray it with an adhesive spray. but I would not glue it because you might get warping and bubbling. So what I'm going to do is I am first going to turn this over because it will be easier. And I am just going to place something heavy on this so that I can hold it down. And then I'll lift off my backing. And I don't know if you guys can see that sheen on there, but that's actually adhesive. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it down. I'll try to get it straight, but if I don't, it really is not going to stress me. So now that I have it on there, I'll use my finger blade and go around the ends, and we'll get this removed, and we will end up with a beautiful custom piece of very sturdy 11 by 14 poster board that we can then use on this project. So now we have this, and guys, isn't this special? I am using my big old spatula just to go over this, and I have created a custom piece that I will be able to use to make a box or whatever it is I want to do with this. So now that I have this, to make my box top, I need to cut this down to 10 1/8 by 10 1/8. All right, guys, so I'm going to put this in my cutter, and I am going to trim it down to 10 1/8 by 10 1/8. Don't throw this away because we can use it. And I'll cut this side to 10 1/8 by 10 1/8. And guys, leave me a comment below if you enjoy being able to make your own papers into what you need them to be, being able to take something that was meant for something else and then turn it into something that's even more useful. I know I do. I love to look at things and just imagine what I can actually turn them into. All right, so now we can actually start going over what we're going to need to make this project. So as you can see, we have our 10 1/8 by 10 1/8 inch piece that we'll use for the top. We have a 12 by 12 inch piece that we're going to use for the bottom of our box. And then I have some 7 by 2 inch pieces. I have covered 3 in coordinating paper, and I will cover the last one with you guys. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to make that box bottom. So I'm going to bring my scoreboard back in, place my paper in the scoreboard. Using my stylus, I will score at 1/2 and at 2 1/2 on all 4 sides. So that's 1/2 and 2 1/2 on all 4 sides. And that means that we're going to end up with a box that is 7 by 7 by 2. So once we have everything scored on the box bottom, let's go ahead and fold and burnish all of these score marks. And I love this raspberry pink paper. It is actually from Die Cuts with a View, and it is from their Jewels collection. So I am just going to keep going around, and we'll get all of this scored, folded, and burnished. All right, so now that we have our box bottom like this, we are going to remove some pieces. So we'll get rid of this piece, and this piece from all 4 sides of this box. So the first thing I can do here is angle in And then I can do a slight angle here. And by doing that, I got rid of 2 of those X's. And then because I need to free this one from this one, we cut straight down. Once we have it freed, then we can angle in. And I want to remove this X here, but I also want to just shorten that, so I'm cutting above my score mark, and you can see here's my score mark here, how much I actually went above it. So then we can do it on this side. So I am going to go up to my score mark and drag straight down because I need to free this one from this one. And now I can angle in, and I can go ahead and angle in on this side. Then I can angle here just to remove that, and I can reduce this in size. So I'll do the other 2 off camera and I'll be right back. All right guys, so now that we have all of our tabs cut out, we can go ahead and start putting this box together. So we are going to place glue on the tab, bring up the joining flap, and just make sure that you've got nice, tight, and crisp edges, because that's what gives your box that nice professional look. And we'll do this on all 4 sides. So placing your glue, and then we'll bring up our side to get it joined. And when I'm making a box like this, I prefer to use glue over tape, because in my experience, I have found that the glue does not suffer any type of a breakdown or a weakening in the adhesive, but I have seen that on occasion with tape. So I want the strength of glue to hold my box together. I'm going to place my glue on these 2 pieces, and we'll get our box put together, making sure that we have the crispest corners possible. And then I'll come over to this side and just repeat that process. And now we have our box put together. I'm just going to go on the inside, just making sure that I have a nice stick, and I'll use my big old spatula just to go on the inside, get everything nice and stuck. So now what I need to do is I need to fold back my outer flaps on all 4 sides and get them out of the way so that we can place our chipboard inserts. So I have a piece that measures 7 by 2, and that is what I am going to be placing down on my paper to get it covered. So I'm going to lift this up, place it down just like this, and then I'll use my finger blade, go around the edges, and trim this out. And I'll just make sure that I get all 4 edges nice and trimmed. So I have 4 of these, and I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of tape on the back side of this because we will be using tape to put this down. Y'all know how I like to make box making simple. And this was one of those techniques that I introduced when I first started on YouTube. It's just a nice way of getting a simple sturdy box without all of those corner joiners and those little small pieces that you have to put here and here. And that's what intimidates everyone about box making. It doesn't have to be that difficult. So I am going to test fit my piece, and what I'm going to do is I'll see if I can get it inside, and I want to make sure that I'm not forcing it to fit. And then I also want to make sure that nothing is extending over the top. So on both of these, I can trim away just a little bit, and I'm doing this with my scissors. If you don't feel that steady, put them in your scoreboard and trim away about 1/16 of an inch to start. And then I'll do another test fit, and you can see that nothing is sticking over the top. So basically what I'm going to do is make sure that all of these are about the same height. So I'll put it together just like this, and then I'll just trim away from my next one. They aren't aren't going to be perfect, guys, but they'll be very nice. And I'll do that with all of these. I just want to trim away some of the height from this because they're all 2 inches tall. So I'm basically trimming away about 1/16 of an inch. And it's better to start out with your pieces being a little bit larger than you need than having them cut too short. All right, so I'm going to throw this away. And we are going to put our box together. So I am going to take this piece, place it in. I can see that it fits. So I will remove the tape from the back. Then I'll take this piece, place it on the inside, just like that. And I'll use my spatula to go in and get it stuck. Then I'll take my glue. I'll place my glue on this flap here. We'll take this flap, fold it over, and this just helps to finish off the top so that you don't see any of that chipboard, and you have a beautifully finished box. So I am just getting all of that nice and stuck. Then I'll take my next piece. I'm going to come around to this side. It fits this way, but I need to trim off just a little bit. Start small and just trim away a little bit. And then I'll do a test fit. That fits beautifully. So I am going to remove this piece, and we're going to take this insert, place it down just like that, get it stuck, and then we will take our glue, fold this over, and again, get that nice and stuck. Now I'm going to do the final 2 off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we have our beautiful raspberry sturdy box, and this is ready for the lid to be made. So we have our lid piece that measures 10 1/8 by 10 1/8. I have my scoreboard, and we are going to score this at 3/4 of an inch and at 1 1/2 inches on all 4 sides. So that's 3/4 of an inch and 1 1/2. So once we have our scores, we are going to fold and burnish just like before. And I'm sure the ideas of building your own Christmas boxes using your Christmas wrapping paper is just going through your head right now, or Hanukkah boxes, whatever it is you want to make. You can find wrapping paper for it, you can make it. And if you can find a whole roll of wrapping paper for $1, even better. Okay, so once we have all of our scores folded and burnished, this time we're only going to remove the 2 corner pieces from all 4 sides. So I will go up to this score mark, and I can go ahead and angle in because we're going to be removing this. And then I'll do a very slight angle here. But because I need to free this one from this one, the first thing I need to do is drag straight down. Then I need to angle in, and we're going to leave this piece there. So I'll come over to this side. I need to free this one from this one. So I'll go up to that second score mark, and I'll drag straight down. Now I can angle in, and I can angle in over here. So you can see how that's starting to take shape. We do the same thing on the other side. Easy peasy, right? and you can see that I have angles here and here. I am going to take the two longer sides, and I'm just going to use my scissors just to give a slight angle to those, because it just makes folding in those tabs a little bit easier. So I just want to make sure that all of my outer tabs have a slight angle to them. So now we can put this together. So I am going to take my glue, place my glue on that tab. I'll go ahead and place glue on this tab, and I'll bring it up just like that, nice and tight. Then I'll use my big old spatula, go on the inside, massage that lightly until it's stuck. And I'll do the same thing on this end. So I'm bringing up those edges. Now I can stand this up, go on the inside with my big old spatula, get that nice and tight. And we're going to go ahead and do the other side. And because we're using poster board to begin with, this is already a nice and sturdy lid. So I'm going to stand that one up, do the same thing, and then I'll do it on my last one. I'm just going to get those edges matched. And then I'll go on the inside, we'll get it stuck. So now what I need to do here is just what I did on the box bottom. I just want to fold these back, but we are not going to be adding any chipboard to this because we don't need to. I'm just folding these back out of the way so I can get glue on my flaps and get them stuck. So I am going to place glue on this one first because I think I might have loosened that glue just a little bit when I was folding it back. But when I fold this over, then I'm sandwiching that tab in between the two layers. So now I'll use my big old spatula. So I'll just go in on the inside and get it stuck just like that. And then I'll do the same thing all the way around. I am going to take my glue, put it on that outer flap, fold it over, and then I'll get it stuck. So I'll use my big old spatula to do that because I really want to get in there and put some pressure to make sure that I have a nice stick. And I'll do my final two. And I am just going to get this stuck. And now I'll do this piece. Okay, so we have our box top stuck, and usually when I'm making the lid and I'm folding over, I'll kind of push out just a little bit. So I am actually folding these in as they should be. And now I'll bring in my box bottom for the moment of truth, and we are going to put this lid on. Guys, isn't that fabulous? That is a custom lid. No one else at any event that you'll go to will have this because you made it yourself. So I am going to lift this off, and we are going to make a little pocket for the inside using some of the scrap that we had left over when we trimmed that 11 by 14 piece to 10 1/8 by 10 1/8. We have this amount left over, so we're going to use this just to make a sweet little pocket. So I am going to bring my scoreboard back in, and we're going to make that pocket. It'll be 6 7/8 inches long, and then it'll be 3 7/8 inches deep. So now that we have the pocket cut out, I am going to go ahead, and when you put your lid on, you want to make sure that you have the words going in the right direction. So I'll take my lid off, and now I know when I put my pocket in, my pocket, the words on the pocket will be going the right way. So I'm just going to take some glue, and I only need to put glue on the sides here. And I'm going to place that in. Then I'll use my spatula Let's get that stuck. All right, guys, so we have our box, we have our lid, we've got the pocket inside of the lid. We can tuck all types of goodies in it, but this is not an ordinary box. We are not going to put a gift in here to send. We are going to send a birthday celebration in a box. So what does that mean? That means that all of the fun things that we would purchase for a birthday party, if we were doing it in person, we are going to send this box so that when we are doing that Zoom birthday and the person has received our box, they can open the box with us on camera and we can have a birthday celebration, and they will have the box of celebration in their hand. Even if the person lives alone, guys, this is a wonderful way to say happy birthday to someone. It doesn't even have to be a birthday box. You can send this to a college student who may have just gone off to college and they're a little homesick. Send a box of happy. Just go out and find a whole bunch of things, find some happy wrapping paper, and make a gorgeous, happy lid. So I am going to show y'all how I'm actually going to build my box. So I am going to take my shredded paper, and I'm just going to put a little bit in. Then I have a sweet cake that's going to represent my birthday cake. Then I have my little noise makers that I'm going to tuck right here. Then I have some balloons, and how many you put in, totally up to you. And I'm going to lay those right there, just like that. And then I have a bag of confetti that I got at the Dollar Tree, but I didn't like the topper because it's really not that cute. So I have made my own topper that will go on, and it coordinates with everything that I've got going on here. So the way that I'm going to do this, I am going to take my tape runner and just run some tape. And then we can take this, put it on top of the confetti pack. And now we have a beautiful pack of confetti for the birthday person, whether they be male or female. This works for anyone because, remember, you just change that paper, any season, any reason, any gender. So I am going to take this and just lay it on the inside. And then what I'll do to finish it off, I am going to take some shredded paper and cover that just like that. And there's my celebration. Now I want to decorate my pocket just a little bit, and I am going to take 55 and place 55 right there. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take just a little bit of my double-sided tape, place it on the back of my candle, and then I'll remove it, and then I'll place my 55 just like that. And then in the candle pack, there were also these beautiful little happy birthday, and it's kind of iridescent, really pretty. And I am going to take that and just put it down as well. So all I'm doing is adding just regular old reptile glue to this, and we'll get that stuck. Now we're going to set this to the side for just a minute, and we are going to make a really sweet, really fun little birthday card. Okay guys, so we're going to make a very simple card for this. Nothing over the top. I have a piece that measures 8.5 by 5, and I am going to score this at 4 1/4. And then I'll fold it, and I'll burnish my little card. Then on the inside, I have a white piece for writing that measures 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And I am going to use my tape runner and just place some tape. And then I'll take this, I'm going to put it down just like that, and now we have a beautiful place to write. And on the front, I am just going to use some of my leftover cutout that I did. And so what I'm going to do is I am just going to trim off some of this. Doesn't matter that I'm trimming off part of the words because it is a word collage sheet, and so make it however you want. My celebrate shows nicely, so I am going to take my celebrate, put it on just like that. Very simple, very basic, using scraps from our project to create this. So I will take this, I'm going to turn it just a little bit, and now I have a card. I can take this card and I can tuck it in the inside of that pocket just like that. Then if you wanted to add a gift card or something else, you now have a built-in pocket on the lid that you can tuck those goodies into. So I am going to bring this back in, and how sweet is this? This is a true birthday celebration in a box. So Zoom celebration's great because we all need that human interaction, but we also need to feel special on our day. And this is a great way to make someone feel special because we are sending them an awesome birthday in a box. So I hope that y'all can think of many, many ways to use these, because I know that I can. For anyone who's living alone, for anyone who needs a pick-me-up, whatever it may be, this is a great little pick-me-up because when they open it, they have whatever they need for that occasion inside of the box. So guys, I hope that you have liked this fun little project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.